Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to embark on a seriously mind-bending thought experiment today, one that challenges absolutely everything we assume about biology, perception, and, honestly, reality itself. We're unpacking a brilliant piece of source material called the Great Resonance. We take our senses completely for granted, but what happens when you remove the most fundamental one of the bunch?
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever tried to imagine a world entirely without darkness? Sounds completely paradoxical at first glance, right? But think about it logically for a second. Darkness is literally just the absence of light. In order to even have a concept of darkness, you first have to have an understanding of light. If there was never any light to begin with, the very idea of darkness would be completely, absolutely meaningless.
Section 1. A world without light. The macrocosmic scale.
Meet Viberia. Now, to the hominids who actually lived there, that name roughly translates to the Great Resonance. To a human visitor from Earth, though, this planet would seem pretty terrifying. It's a world trapped in an eternal, pitch-black night. It orbits this massive celestial object known simply as the Black Star. And this ancient giant radiates immense warmth. That's what sustains the planet, but it emits absolutely zero visible light. On Viberia, the world is not seen, it's entirely 100% felt.
2 billion years. For nearly 2 billion years, this planet has orbited its strange celestial giant in this exact same state. Life here has evolved along a totally different path than on Earth. I mean, there are no dawns to wake up to, no sunsets to admire, no shimmering stars to navigate by. Just the invisible, constant warmth of the Black Star hovering above. So how exactly does life survive, let alone thrive, in an environment like that?
Section 2. Seeing through sound. Biological sonar.
Well, every single living creature on Viberia possesses this remarkable biological adaptation located right near the center of its face. They call it the vibrosense. It constantly emits pulses of energy and then instantly interprets the returning echoes. So I want you to imagine navigating your daily life using an incredibly sophisticated biological sonar. A Viberian forest isn't a collection of colors to them. It's a vast, rich symphony of textures and echoes. They're constantly mapping this complex three-dimensional world right in their minds.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how detailed and precise this biological sense is for the inhabitants. A Viberian can detect the exact physical shape of a tree from 50 yards away. They don't recognize their family members by looking into their eyes, but by the incredibly unique pattern of returning vibrations bouncing off their faces. They can even sense a bird gliding completely silently in the air overhead. For them, sound isn't just important. Sound is reality itself.
What's really fascinating here is how their society has progressed without sight. Culturally and technologically, they're sitting right around Earth's 1920s era. They've got steam engines pulling freight on iron rails, telephones connecting businesses, the whole shebang. But if you tried to explain a photograph, a painting, or a movie to them, it would be utterly incomprehensible. Visual appearance is a complete myth to these people. Instead, they identify each other by the texture of a face, the rhythm of a person's footsteps, or their unique echo signature.
Section 3. The Tallen family farm. Harrow Creek.
Let's visit the village of Harrow Creek and meet the Tallen family. They're a farming family, and they just beautifully humanize this whole thought experiment. Take their 6-year-old son, Bren. He proudly announces at breakfast, "I heard 3 foxes last night." But when his mother questions him, he revises to maybe 2, and finally settles on possibly 1. It's such a wonderful, humorous little anecdote. It shows us that despite their alien biology, they possess a warm, deeply relatable human nature filled with everyday morning laughter.
Now, what's really interesting is how architecture actually works when you rely purely on touch and sound. In the Tallen family home, every single surface is carefully textured to aid navigation. Raised patterns on the walls indicate where rooms are, but it's the floors that act as their primary map. When 43-year-old Joran and his wife Mara walk through their home, smooth stone tells their feet they're in the kitchen. Woven reed flooring signals the family room. Rough wooden planks instantly identify the sleeping quarters. It's pretty genius, actually.
Their daily routine is a literal masterclass in sensory organization. Before the morning village bell even rings, Joran wakes up and can actually predict clear weather simply by listening to how the rain echoes changed outside the house during the night. During the day, Joran and his 16-year-old son Tallen head into the fields, mapping hundreds of yards of rolling countryside effortlessly without a single visual pathway. Meanwhile, 12-year-old Elia, who actually has a talent for identifying bird species from half a mile away, helps her mother gather vegetables. Every sound in the village, from creaking wagon wheels to a blacksmith's hammer, paints a vibrant, detailed picture.
Section 4. Power of radio. Shared experiences.
So sitting on a wooden shelf in the Tallen's family room is their most cherished object, a radio. On Earth, sure, radio is a magnificent invention, but it was basically entertainment that merely complemented our primary sense of vision. To Viberians, however, radio is a massive game changer. It's something vastly more profound. For a species that relies entirely on sound, vibrations, and touch, the radio is this magical ability to share experiences and build entire worlds across impossible distances.
So the crucial point here is just how deeply this medium impacts them. As the faint hum of the radio emerges and the announcer's voice fills the room, the entire family freezes. Little Bren settles onto the floor, Elia leans forward eagerly, and even Mara pauses her knitting. They are utterly captivated by serialized radio dramas like The Mystery of Hollow Ridge. Through voices, music, and sound effects, every single citizen imagines the characters and locations, connecting with each other just like their ancestors did around campfires for countless generations.
Section 5. The Cosmic Irony. An Unseen Truth.
Let's step back for a second, zooming out to see how this builds a staggeringly beautiful yet stark picture. Outside the Tallen home, the endless sky stretches above the village. But, as you can imagine, no moon glowed, no stars shimmered, no sunrise waited beyond the horizon. There is only the ancient black star, warming the world from millions of miles away, completely invisible to every single living thing that has ever existed on that planet.
And this leaves us with a pretty staggering thought. Beneath that eternal sky, the people of Viberia laugh, work, love, and dream. They listen to the countless sounds of a living planet, living incredibly rich lives. Yet, they're completely unaware that somewhere far across the galaxy, a phenomenon called light even exists. It really makes you wonder, are humans also navigating the universe completely blind to a strange, unimaginable phenomenon sitting right in front of us? What is our light? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating concept with me today. Keep asking questions, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.